So, welcome to a new tutorial. I've been messing around with the particle system this week and been trying out Unity 5.5 with its update to Unity and how they are with light and the surrounding. So I figured, why not just make a tutorial, change things up, since I'm anyway making Playmaker and lighting and these kind of tutorials. I figured I'd also start messing around with making tutorials for particle system, because there aren't that many around, and if they are, they don't really reveal all the tidbits. So today I want to just show you very quickly how to make a poof, kind of like a cartoonish, stylish, bang, I guess, with stars. Nothing special. I kept it simple to one particle, so it would be quick to show how to do it. First thing first, as you might have noticed, I have basically what I did. I'm using GIMP at the moment. I just used this one and I did this, and I click export as, and I save this as a PNG star, and then I dragged it in here as a texture. I right click the texture to create material, and when the material was created I picked particles, additive, and that's about it really. So I want to click create object, game object, particle. So this is what we're starting with. I'm going to keep it on loop so you can see the change that happens. As you're seeing, the playback time is, if I take off the loop, the particles at the moment are a lot of them. They keep going for around 5 seconds and then they start dying, and in 10 seconds it stops. That's what this 5 means. And since we're going for a poof effect, we don't want that. So I'm going to do 0.5 and then simulate, and 4 particles popping up, and after 5 seconds they're gone. So that's fine, but we don't want the start lifetime, which basically means when they're gonna die. So if I click simulate, you can see that they start dying in about 5. So I want to turn this down to 0.5, and I want to do simulate again, and you're seeing they're dying at 0.5. so 0.5 they spawn by 0.5, and by the time they reach 0.99 they are gone. We want to increase the speed to 20, so they have a big poof speed, because when things go poof, they're fast. But we want some variety. We don't want to have a fixed size, which is what it is at the moment. So we want to have random between 2 constants. We want to have perhaps 1 and 2, so the size when they start is different. So you can see that some are small and some are big, but it's kind of difficult because they are circles and flat at the moment. So let's click render, let's drag over our particle, and now you can see that they have different sizes. We want to mix up the rotation as well. So start rotation is on 0, and we want to go all the way around, which is 360 degrees. So if you click simulate at this moment, you can see that they're rotating as well. We want it to be shape, so it affects the shape. We don't want as many particles, so let's try beneath 100. That's fine. I'm going to change the camera for now, zoom out a bit so you can see what's happening. I'm going to call this poof star like this, and click simulate. Okay, it's starting to look good. We don't want the rate over time. We want to use something else. So if we click simulate, nothing comes out because we're not simulating anything. What we want is we want to have a poof effect, as I said earlier. So we want 80, and now you see there's 80 of them being spat out in that 0.5 seconds we have. So it's all come simultaneously. So that's the poof effect we're going for, but it's coming out of a cone, and we wanted to go in the circles. We gotta go for sphere, starting to look like the original that we did. You can see that it's spreading out quite a lot, so we want to minimize that down as much as possible. So you see that it's coming more or less within the circle, and we want to make sure it comes from the invisible circle rather than from the middle. If you click this one, it comes from the middle of the sphere, but what we want it to come more from the edges of the sphere, the invisible edges, the shell basically. The next thing we want to do, I suppose we could change the colors to let's try 2 colors. Let's do an orange color, yellow orange. Take this one to be somewhat here, and this one to be darker. So if we click simulate, now we have some different color. So it's starting with one, and then it becomes a bit dark later on, or the other way around. We do want to have right, we want to limit the velocity over time. For that we don't want speed, which happens to be like this. We want to have a curve to get some control, and we want it to go down. We want the speed to be fast because we're going for poof. So because the speed is 20, they're gonna spread out rather than stick inside. But we don't want them to last 1 second. We want them to last around 7. Like this is how far they go. If I do 1, this is what happens. So this is the end point we want. That's good. The next thing we want to do, we want to make sure we have color of lifetime, which is pretty straightforward. We want to make this one black, and we want to have white in the middle. So basically what it does, it creates more opacity. By the time at the end of the life they kind of disappear. We want to mess around with the size as well, and we want that one to be somewhat like something like this would be fine, just to show what happens. So basically it's starting big and it becomes smaller over time, which is kind of what happens because we wanted to give the illusion of disappearing. We want to have some rotation as well. We want to go for random between 2 constant, and we want to just put in some numbers I already like. So there you see it's kind of getting good rotation between 400 and 600. If I turn it off, there's no rotation in those axes, but now you actually see that it's rotating as well. And that's pretty much it. We can do one last thing. We can add a light source, for instance and we can reset this one down, can hook this up, we can move this a bit up like this, we can change the color of this light to be somewhat in the middle, and where is it, this new thing here, let's see, and we want to have no random distribution, we want to have 80. Reduce it a bit, and let's see, there you go, you have an effect which has a matching light and the surroundings being registered as well. I should probably point out that I did add probes and reflection to improve the quality. There you go, that's about it. If you would like to see some more, I already have another one ready. Just the spark one, and that looks somewhat like this. This is the texture for it. So if you would like to see that as well, please, let me know. Cool, bye.